On this month's Community Corner, sponsored by PeoplesBank, we are learning about a local organization that provides weekly free veterans lunch in Holyoke. Joining me today is Matt Bannister, PeoplesBank Senior Vice President of Marketing and Corporate Responsibility, and Gina Nelson, Executive Director of Community Roots, to tell us more. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course, we're happy to have you here. To start off, what is Community Roots?
Community Roots is a nonprofit. And we started that in 2012 as a way of reaching out into the community because we are a church. You know, we didn't want that to be a barrier in reaching out into the community. So we started that nonprofit and we were able to reach out into the community to meet the needs that were in the neighborhood where we live.
And what are some of those needs that you've helped out with?
Some of the needs are after-school tutorials. And we started doing that, and then the schools got a little bit better with after-school programs, so we backed off. Then we did a summer feeding program for kids, and the community got a little bit better with that, so we backed off of that, and we just kind of waited. And then in 2015, started to hear about the veterans, you know, and that's where we kind of started to look at the veterans and if there was a possibility of us doing something there.
So now you're doing the weekly lunch. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, yes. So every Thursday from 12 to 1:30, we do a free lunch for veterans. And after doing some research, we expanded it to include immediate family members of veterans. We know that veterans do not live in a vacuum. And so what affects the veteran affects the family. So we thought that we could, you know, help in multiple situations. And it's a free lunch. We just offer it so people can come and sit among people who have a shared experience in a room where they're not judged. And we simply offer them fellowship, a good meal, and camaraderie.
I think camaraderie, that's a big one too. You hear with a lot of veterans that when they aren't active duty anymore, they miss that sense of camaraderie and they miss being around people and making a difference. That is a big part of it.
Yes, it really is. And one of the things that I was always struck by is that we would see people in the room, some people who had come back from service and just walked seamlessly into their lives, and then other people to where it was really, really difficult. And so there was a lot of problems with drugs and alcohol and homelessness and different things like that. But I was always struck by the fact that no matter what the situation was, they always found common space. And, you know, and I just absolutely loved that. We treat everyone as if they're coming into our home because they are, you know, and we try to, once we learn about whatever needs are out there, we try to help however we can. We're not clinicians, we don't pretend to be, but we partner with people who are. And so we invite those programs and everything into the room. PeoplesBank is huge for us. PeoplesBank, they do a community service day once a quarter. And so, and they bring gifts too. They bring a lot of, even though they might just be the things that say PeoplesBank on a pen, you know, it's just, it's so meaningful.
Right.
But to us, the vets go back out into the community. So the community also needs to be in the room, you know, and yeah, so it's a great program.
And Matt, how did PeoplesBank first hear about Community Roots?
We actually heard through some of our associates who were volunteering with the program and brought it to our attention internally. And so that's a great way to hear about it because, you know, what's important to our employees is important to us as a company, but also, you know, veterans, we're in November and so there's a lot of focus on veterans around Veterans Day, but it's a year-round issue. It really is, and it's gratifying for us to be in the room with the veterans. It's great dialogue, it's great camaraderie, and you feel like you're contributing to those who have given a tremendous amount of service to our country, and it's just to pay back the tiniest bit is beautiful.
And could you elaborate a little bit more just on what PeoplesBank does to help out?
Well, we support financially. There's the luncheon program has a lot of focus on fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and making sure it's the right food, not just the cheap food. And so we support financially to help ensure that there's good quality food, and then we turn out employees to serve in the line as well, to clean up the dishes, to clean up the floor. and to sit with the veterans and chat. Sometimes they're just looking for someone to connect with, and it's great for us to be out in the community, and it's great to see the community of veterans and be able to engage with them.
And if there is a veteran listening right now who wants to take advantage of what you have to offer, how can they get more information or contact you?
Well, they can contact me through the website, which is crns.weebly.com. They can contact me through my Gmail, which is ginanelson5@gmail.com. They can call my cell phone, 413, it's out there, so I'm just going to, 413-537-3119. Yes, and one of the things that I did want to say is that one of the areas where we really have not been able to tap into are women vets.
Yeah.
And we know that they're out there, but women, whether they're veterans or not, have that mentality of taking care of people instead of taking care of themselves. So I am issuing an open invitation. Please let us take care of you. Please let us feed you. You know, if you're a veteran, if you're a woman veteran, just come on out. If you're a family member of a veteran, please come.
And you just gave your cell phone number, so they know where to contact you.
They know where
right
to contact me, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, great work, and I thank you both for joining me today and sharing some of the great work that you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yep. Thank you.
For more information on how Peoples Bank supports the community, visit bank@peoples.com. This segment was sponsored by Peoples Bank.